Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to experience the Gut Check Project, talking science, health, and innovation that you can actually use. But this isn't just another health show. We're here to have fun and make your time enjoyable. Well, while you are enjoying yourself, know that even though the GCP covers some health topics with healthcare pros, we are not your doctors. So use our show to entertain your mind and not for medical advice. And now, here are your hosts of the Gut Check Project, Dr. Ken Brown and Eric Rieger.
A little video for me. I'm like, okay, like, it kept bugging me, and I'm like, finally, one morning. Drops? No, for the supplements, the oral supplements. So I was like, oh, it's great. Whatever I said, I don't know. I just kind of woke up one morning. I was like, let me just do this, get it out of the way. Apparently, it's on. Where is it? Is it on the?
We're using it as an Instagram ad. I think that maybe,
Instagram.
You can't tell, but she's on the toilet doing it, and so she's like this. So it's on an Instagram ad.
It's our best performance.
You're on an ad?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's awesome because everybody sits there and says, must be working well to help her go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And so it's the greatest ad that's just totally performing.
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm just, I guess I need to talk to my phone and be like, hello.
Yeah, and so we're doing this whole thing like, be like Cece, #toilet. And so people like that.
Yeah, it works. It's fine. Are we officially
Are we doing
good
this?
intro?
Yeah.
Are we doing this?
Are we going to do this?
Are we?
This live?
This is it?
Wait, first.
You know what? Let's do a live thing because I would
What do you
love
mean?
a live.
No, we cannot.
You want to stream this live?
Let's do it live. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know him?
Yeah,
Do you know this guy? No, you don't know this guy.
I've only been in front of, there's only so many times you can be in front of HR and be like, that Tourette's thing? Like, this is the 10th time you've used Tourette's as your defense.
I have a peptide for it.
Yeah, peptide for Tourette's.
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably. Why not?
You're like, go ahead.
It's the maglitide.
All right, Paul. This is what we're running into. It's 7 p.m.
It is.
And this is our second podcast of the day. The first one was a House of Learned Men discussing science, and then suddenly that got disrupted by as you can see on the
We
table.
haven't named him yet.
No. Or, no.
I think we should call him
We
Paul.
shouldn't go there.
Who's Paul?
Paul's the person that's listening to this right now. That he's going to edit this. He doesn't edit it. He just puts some music behind it. He does our intro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you should be proud.
Hi, Paul.
Hey, it's not a bad little get out there.
Get up.
You better.
He has a nice
it's
get
up.
up.
It's up.
It's a nice get up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're already rolling here, so let's just do one of those things where it's a free roll right into it. So, Cece, can you please bring us into episode 101?
Wait, do I
It's
say?
really 101.
Episode 101. Here we go.
So
is my
KBMD
best
Health
I know,
Family. Apparently we are going because CC said so.
That's it.
I'm Eric,
So-
that's your host. Ken Brown over there. Ken, why don't you go ahead and finish the intros?
All right, so we have a very fantastic, great show. We have two extremely brilliant women in healthcare, and we're going to be covering some really cool topics, which include this. We will explain this. We happen to have, if you're watching this on YouTube, we have a or Rumble, we have a on the table, and we're going to talk with Maghen Mitchell, who happens to be a fantastic regenerative medicine person. I mean, how would you define yourself?
Regenerative medicine, anti-aging.
Up close?
Yes, regenerative medicine, anti-aging.
Follow it?
Why? Okay, this is not right. I know what you're doing.
Oh.
All right, regenerative medicine, anti-aging.
Yes. So work with peptides, regenerative medicine, do everything from PRP, PRF, exosomes.
Which is where we're going to talk about we're going to start with the medicine,
So we
the
can't
male
call,
well, I shouldn't
So
call
we
it.
PRP,
can't
right?
call it a P shot because, that's copyright. So I call it the male enhancement shot. And my company is Modern Enhancement. So the ME, so the me shot.
The me shot. Got it.
Yeah.
And we have one of my favorite people of all time, a CRNA, much like Eric. It's a tough call. 1, 2, 2, 1. It kind of varies on whoever I'm getting along with better, but these are my two favorite CRNAs in the world.
That's not tough. This is one.
Christy Crues. Can you introduce yourself, please?
I am Cece, and I'm a CRNA. Practice everywhere. Dallas, LA,
She does.
Great time.
Soon to be New Orleans.
Soon to be New Orleans next week, actually. Yep. Going over there, trying to help this girl because I believe in what she's doing. I believe in all of it. I want to be a part of it. So
Yeah, you see how young she looks.
Oh.
I'm the product. Well, I'm not the product, but no.
I'm the product.
You're the product. I'm the reason.
She just like,
Yeah, so we're
I'm like, please practice on my face. Man.
That's what I can't say.
so
that.
you guys initially met when Cece was in a nursing home and through your exosome therapy
Yeah.
and
She's
regenerative
really 88,
treatment, you know.
She's 88. She loves it.
So Eric, I'll leave it up to you here. Will you please tell us what we're going to talk about today?
Wow. Well, we're going to talk about regenerative medicine. We're going to talk about me shots. We're going to talk about what exosomes are, how we find them, why it matters, where you get them from, and who delivers them. Correct?
Okay.
The different peptides, why peptides matter.
Yes.
And that's all the superficial overview because I'm not an expert in that. So thanks a lot for Ken for kicking it to me to say a bunch of stuff I don't know shit about.
Awesome. All right, Maghen, let's go ahead and start in with this. Who are you? What makes you you? Why are you doing what you do?
So I am a nurse practitioner, board certified back in 2015. Went to the nursing school in Durant, Oklahoma, Southeastern, and decided that, let me go to Oklahoma City. So I go to Oklahoma City and I do nursery NICU, and I'm in there doing like UVC lines on babies. They're crashing. There's no neonatology around. Like, you are the person. So I was like, if I can do this, I can be a nurse practitioner. So decided to go get my nurse practitioner license. And then I get board certified in family, and I hate it. Oh my God, I hate it so bad. Like, I don't want to treat back pain, and I don't want to give out stool softeners and like just stupid stuff. No offense. Can I say that?
You can say whatever you want.
So
Your show.
it was very boring, and I was so used
Just
to
right now, somebody's just being like, "These are stupid." I heard her say it.
whatever. So
It wasn't
I'm
your
living my
passion.
life.
It wasn't your passion.
It wasn't my calling, let's be honest. So anyways, I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm so used to this excitement of like delivering, like, doing like baby stuff and NICU. You get to family medicine, it was just really boring. So I had, I applied, I got out of nurse practitioner school, and my first job out of there was at a med spa. So in med spa, as a new grad, you don't realize the intensity of like how much women want to look like, you know, Kim Kardashian, you know, like, it's not going to happen, you know, like, it's just not. Like, you want to buy one syringe of filler, it's just not going to happen. So anyways, guy flies down in from Florida. He's a blood perfusionist. His name is Robert Brandt. And he was my mentor, and he actually guided me on how to make my own PRP using a negative, like, so he patented this. It's a negative pressure.
Define what PRP is.
So platelet-rich plasma. So you draw your blood, you use a 60 ml syringe. You also want to use a big gauge needle. If you don't, you can actually damage the blood whenever it comes in. If you do that, you've already like lost the whole process. So you draw the blood. I'll apply a sub-atmospheric negative pressure. So normally you get anywhere from 500,000 platelets. A person has 400 to 500,000 platelets, right? Mm-hmm. So when you apply this negative pressure, you get 1 million platelets. Mm-hmm. So your results are amazing. So he showed me how to do hair restoration, wound healing, like with burns. It works absolutely phenomenal. Aesthetics, microneedling. You can do under eye treatment, and then the P shot or the male enhancement shot. So I started getting really good results with the male enhancement shot, and I have a couple of stories that are great. But
we're gonna get to. I want to separate each one of these things that you do because you brought an ultrasound, you have this, you're a peptide expert. So so when you're going through with that, we're going to hone in on these different things specifically. But so then when you started doing
that's a little the background. So started doing that, went into pain management for about 5 years. And this is back before opioids were, you know, a big deal. So doing chronic pain management, and realized I was drinking way too much Tito's at the end of the day. I was like, I got to get out of this. Oh, I didn't put my phone on silent.
That's okay.
That's all right.
Oh, anyways. So realized I was like, I don't want to do chronic pain management. Got back into the regenerative medicine world. And so that's kind of what I've been doing ever since. And then I recently just started exploring with exosomes, which are absolutely amazing. so good. Like,
So there's somewhat of a limitation in going down this avenue of doing peptides, et cetera, because you can't publicly advertise.
well, peptides you can.
Oh, okay.
So peptides, there are some that you actually can publicly advertise because they consider them as nutraceuticals.
Okay.
So just like you would a supplement, it's a nutraceutical. Now, I will say the FDA did take off thymosin beta from the pharmacies compounding them because they considered it a biologic. But if you didn't notice, the FDA also took off MP thyroid doing a 90-day supply. You can only do a 30-day supply now because they're trying to make that a biologic. So,
Well, the FDA also tried to get rid of NAC, and they're trying to actually filed to get NMN off. I don't know if you saw that.
yeah, I did. I mean, it's just all, I have a word for the FDA.
Whoa.
F the FDA.
I mean, that's what it's about. It's like regenerative medicine. It's like
No,
anything
big
that can
pharma,
help
you know.
Yeah.
A big pharma
Exactly,
can't bank on it.
Yeah.
If
Anything that can help you actually get better,
yeah,
we got to
so.
regulate it, right? A little bit.
Yeah, totally. So how did you two meet?
Oh. It was one of those stories. Yeah. That's a good story.
At a
so.
bar, actually.
Was
Yeah.
was it on a different podcast?
Yeah, that's, yeah.
We're cheating on you guys.
So
Sorry.
it was one of those like nursing home like Taco
Yeah.
Tuesday nights
So
where
I
they
was-
took
I was
the
the
the residents to a bar and you two met, and then
It was
This
talking
is how I met her, and all of a sudden, look at me. I'm beautiful.
88 to 28.
Right. No, we
yeah.
just met at a bar. It was like,
Okay, I had to actually tell the story.
Okay, you do it.
It's just funny though, because literally, like, it's the dive bar that I always used to go to, and like, okay, I should probably not.
we're not saying the name.
No, never. But when they see, they're gonna know that who it is, and they're gonna be very offended. But whatever. So I get there, and like we start talking, and I was like, "What's your name?" She's like, "Cece." I was like, "Oh, I'm Maghen." And I was like, "What do you do?" And she's like, "I'm a CRNA." And I was like, "Oh my god, a smart person!" I was like, I don't meet smart people at this bar. And then we became best friends.
Best friends after that.
So we might have to edit that part out. So, I don't care if they get offended. We don't like that place anymore.
Moved on.
So yeah,
He's like, I have no idea.
we're
It's
best
fine.
friends now.
regardless, it was a dive bar. You guys hit it off. You became friends.
Yeah.
And so, Cece, so one of my favorite people. You are smart. I can totally testify to that.
Good.
So, how did you end up doing what you're doing? And then I want to ask the follow-up question, just so that you prepare for it. Why are you interested in this exosome therapy?
Well, just got into CRNA school basically after divorce. Was like, what do I do to maintain what I'm doing? So
Can I stop you
went
right
to
there?
school.
You're
Why?
starting too late. Let's talk about that track background. Let's talk about being a
Okay.
collegiate athlete.
Wait, you were?
Should we talk? Yeah.
I did not know this. See, I'm
Oh, she's a
leaving.
badass.
Yes. I got
She is a
scholarship
total
for
badass.
track.
What? Okay.
Went to school, but it wasn't even for nursing. It was for psychology. So then I was a probation officer before I was a
What?
nurse. Yeah. Totally different field.
CC gave me my
Yup.
first ankle monitor.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah,
You probably
that's how
deserved
Cece
it.
and I met. So I did not realize that a probation officer can run that fast. She had a D1 scholarship to Colorado in track. I was
you
like,
really?
damn, she's
Hey,
catching it.
FYI, she does not run anymore.
For what?
I have not seen her run ever.
No.
Just down the alley.
So track, I don't know. Went to school, got into nursing because I love it. CRNA school, just 'cause of the biology of it all, and that's hence getting into, I don't know, we kind of like, once you get into it, you just get stagnant with what we do in a way. Not that I don't love it, but you're always looking for different things to kind of enhance what you do in your life. And so met Maghen, and I know what she's into, and I'm like, well, how can I be a part of this? And I'm like, how can I literally be a part of this? And
So yeah.
trying to figure out my role in her practice and being a part of it. And
Well, what's interesting is because we've talked a bunch and we've met a few times, and then when you two are talking, you both have this entrepreneur spirit. That's the thing. So it isn't.
It's just a matter of
because I've
figuring
always
out how
listened.
to
You're
use
like,
it.
what do I want to do next? And it's just a matter of that. And so when we were talking, you came to the office and talked about this new potential to be involved with regenerative medicine. I was like, oh, we're talking about this on the show because this is our space. This is what it's all about,
future.
making humans better, and not necessarily through drugs.
Right.
Well, I mean, your body actually makes all of these compounds. So why would you not use that? So your body makes exosomes. Your body makes the peptides. So you can't necessarily say, oh, it's naturally, but is naturally occurring. So the stuff does happen in your body. So PRP, exosomes, all of it.
So who is a typical customer to find you for the first time?
Oh, good question. Probably like a 45 to 55-year-old male with erectile dysfunction. And you start with, well, maybe not even there. There's a little backtrack. So hair, they're starting to bald, 40s, 45s. If that's happening, this is happening.
Okay.
So that's kind of like my lead into like, okay, well, how's this going? And like, obviously you're getting a medical history, an entire background. So like you're going on over all of this. And so I'll just kind of like very like nonchalantly like, okay, well, are you having any trouble in this area and that? And then sure enough, like the majority of guys, like honestly, if you look at today's culture, the majority of men's testosterone has decreased by so much because of all of the endocrine disruptors that are in like the food, the everything. And so the testosterone levels are super low. So obviously a majority of the guys over the age of 30 even now are having horrible ED. So this is where I come in and I talk to them. Like there's obviously, it can be like a heart issue. It can be, you know, all kinds of issues can lead to ED and medication if they're on beta blockers. So obviously I go over like a medicine, like what are you taking? As soon as I see a beta blocker, I'm like, well, this could be your culprit. So go from there. And so it all depends on the medical history. And then I go from there. If they're a candidate, yeah, let's do it.
That's awesome. So like, I'm just kind of curious, do you see a lot of the same type of dietary choices with those who end up kind of falling in this rut, or maybe not?
That's a whole nother study.
Yeah, I know. It's like
honestly.
I wouldn't even say dietary, more or less than just genetics, like atherosclerosis. You know, and so everybody's like, oh, do Gainswave. Like, do you know how many failed Gainswave people I have seen that have spent thousands and thousands of dollars?
Can you explain Gainswave, what you know
So
of it?
Gainswave, I mean, it's been a minute since I've went through the training, but think of it's like this little gun and it has like a little BB and it's like and so you have this is a horrible demonstration, just FYI. But it's literally like, it's like a soft tissue ultrasonic like pressure that.
So somebody comes up and shoots your penis with an airsoft gun. Little soft BBs. They just go thump, 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 thump.
And it's going like so many PSIs, or I don't even know what it's measured in. But anyways, so it's supposed to break up any of the blood vessels. So it's supposed to break up any atherosclerosis, but it's also supposed to damage the blood vessels. So I will say Gainswave before like a male enhancement shot or something is beneficial, because if you are damaging the tissue and you're bringing that in, obviously growth is going to happen. Angiogenesis, all of that's going to occur. So before, but guys just going in to get their penis beat up with Gainswave does nothing for them, in my opinion. Okay. And honestly, from all of like the testimonies I've had, same thing. They $5,000 for a package here, $7,000, no issues. I could be wrong, but these are the clients that I've had. I get a client, they get one shot, 2 weeks later, I want another one. I want to go bigger. I want to get better. And I'm like, calm down. It's only been 2 weeks. I'm like, wait. So I've had great results, no issues.
What's the well, do you want to, well, I don't know which direction you want to go, because
no, we're here in this space. So let's go ahead and finish this.
Describe that, and then because I want to know a little bit about what somebody could expect if they were to come in and do the me shot, and then furthermore, you mentioned that they come back in 2 weeks, so kind of tell us like what the expectation is and the longevity, stuff like that.
So go into a little, like if you come into the clinic, so I'm going to draw your blood if we're doing a male enhancement shot with PRP. If you're doing it, well, can't really say that one. If you're doing it with a regenerative drug, then it's a little different process.
Well, what is a regenerative drug? Oh, why can't you say that?
Because you're not allowed to.
She said if. She didn't say she did it.
If.
Yeah.
If.
Yeah. If someone were to ever consider doing that.
Go out of the country and where they do those kind of shots.
No, but you do in other parts of the body.
No, they're FDA approved for aesthetics.
Well, so
topically. This is aesthetic-ish.
So the way that I found out work for erectile dysfunction is I went in for my face, she tripped, hit my, and I was like,
oh my God, it works.
Look what's happening.
Look.
This is pretty
FDA
awesome. You guys should consider
approved.
this.
FDA approved.
Yeah, it's now.
It's gut checked approved.
Yeah, it's GCP approved.
Anyways.
I'm just saying.
And now I'm canceled.
Anyway,
Well,
PRP.
I will
This
be,
could be a whole new realm.
I will
The
be
FDA approves their stuff, we approve ours.
I will be-
GCP approved.
I'll be expecting an FDA letter soon. Don't worry. Well, no. So anyways, you come in, I draw your blood. I will do the PRP. We'll do the negative pressure. Scratch that. We'll do the negative pressure to the PRP.
And that increases platelets, correct?
It does. So you go from
All right,
500,000.
wait. So you're already describing here. So let's,
let's
if we have a visual here, if you're on Rumble or if you're on YouTube, we actually have this set up. So Megan will do
Okay.
what's going to happen? I show up and I'm going to, we get this here.
Wait, maybe that way?
Ladies and gentlemen, this episode is available in its entirety on Gut Check Project Raw. If you are watching on Rumble, just click join from the Gut Check Project page. If you are watching or listening somewhere other than Rumble, come join us. Go to gutcheckproject.locals.com. That's gutcheckproject.locals.com. And join Ken and Eric where you can have 100% unedited episodes, get a preview to upcoming guests, submit and ask questions to guests, access exclusive GCP discounts, and more. Thank you for supporting the Gut Check Project, and we will see you on Locals.